Hey everyone, for today I thought I'd share with you what I'm doing on my journey on being on Ontario Works. So I had communicated with the social worker that I do get some part-time work sometimes, and so they set up meetings with us, and in those meetings they basically want to make sure that you are okay, that you're using all your benefits, and they want to make sure that you are keeping communication open with them. So because I have something coming up when they wanted the next meeting, I got a letter in the mail. Usually they communicate via the internet. So you have an account, you log in there, and you get your messages on there. But this time it came in the mail, which I was kind of surprised at. So I told her, and she says they're going to schedule another meeting. So this is how it goes. And this is all because Teleperformance, they didn't have their IT sorted out. So now because of their mistake, I have to go through so many problems. I was laid off. I had to sit at home for 2 years. I was on unemployment benefits. Then that finished. Now I'm going on to Ontario Works. I have to meet with a social worker. I have to meet with a career foundation counselor for the government and keep her updated on my job search. I had to register with employment agencies, and not just one or two. I registered with Quantum, with Kelly Services, with Randstad, with Adecco. There's so many of them, and every day I have to check all those websites. I have to do my resume so that it's tailored to each of the positions I'm applying for. I have to go to job fairs and networking events. I have to take care of my mental health. I have to book my doctor's appointments because you get notifications from them asking you if you have a doctor. Do you have a doctor? Do you have health care? I have all those things. I've been in this country a long, long time. So anyway, this is all because they made a mistake. They couldn't fix my ID. Now they're telling me I don't know how to talk. So anyway, I move on and I move forward and look for my next opportunity. And yeah, it's frustrating. It's frustrating for me as an individual. It also means that I don't get to socialize and go out. And that's been from the time TD let me go in 2007. Because if you have very little money, where are you going to go and socialize? And with who? Because if you're going out, you're spending at least $30. Because you're going to a place, you don't want to just go and sit there. You want to buy something to eat and drink. You don't want to just go and sit in the bar or sit in the restaurant. So it all costs money. Even when we went out this Thursday. It was nice for me and it was fun. But because of my health problems, I don't drink. So I just ordered a Coke. And, I stayed with the group, and it was nice for me to get out and to be with other people, to meet new people. Because that's the only way you can get to know people and then connect with new people, and hopefully the dots connect and you get something else coming up. But it's very frustrating. If they had just fixed my ID and they had just helped me to get into something else, I would still be working. But anyway, that's how it goes. I took care of my part. They organized for their equipment to be picked up, because I told them I'm not going to walk and take it back to the office, and I'm not going to walk and take it to the nearest FedEx. You have to arrange for somebody to pick it up. So they did that, and then I just printed out the label they sent to me, and they picked it up, and I sent it back, and I tracked it and emailed them to make sure that once they received it, they acknowledged it, because I don't want any more problems with them. So that's how it goes. That's how it goes, unfortunately. The days where the company took care of you, you are a valued employee, and they moved you internally, it's very hard. It's very, very hard. Those days are long gone. So at Teleperformance, they kept me because my scores were good and I achieved the results. That's why I was so shocked when they sent me a termination notice. I was like, really? So anyway, they sent me an email saying I failed all their tests. And when I spoke to the recruiter that had gotten back in touch with me, I asked her, which test did I fail? So she's like, you failed on the fluency. I was like, what? What fluency? She's like, oh, you know, when you have to talk, that's the part you failed. I'm like, oh my God. So anyway, here I am. I'm part of a group of world-class speakers for the Maxwell leadership team. I've been commissioned to go out and speak in schools for the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund. I spoke for the One campaign for our town halls here with the political leaders like Marco Mendocino, and I'm making videos and posting them, but apparently that's not good enough for Teleperformance. So you carry on. And that's similar to the message today for the gospel, where Jesus has urgent mission work that he's doing, and he's inviting us to trust him and to come forward with him, to move forward with what our mission is, what our life work is, what is the next thing we're being invited to, not to worry about where we are going to sleep, what we are going to do, to go say goodbye to people before we move ahead with him, and to trust that that accommodation will be provided. It might not be his home when he says that the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head, but he always has accommodation. He always has people to stay with. That's not what he's worried about. And so too for me, I'm focused on my next opportunity, the next company, my next goal, and hopefully it's going to be a job that pays me well, because I slogged. I put in everything at all the companies I worked at, including Teleperformance, and I didn't deserve to be stabbed in the back and told that, oh, it's your fluency. They're saying you can't talk. I was like, really? Keep it. I said to her, can't you find something else for me? She's like, no, they don't want. I'm like, oh my God. All right, thank you for telling me. At least I know the truth. So that's how it goes. And Jesus is inviting us to trust him and to come forward with him and to look for that next opportunity and go forward with him on our journey. And that's all we can do. For me, I'm very worried about the water situation in Europe because I have lots of friends there. I know people there. So I'm praying for rain for them, and also for us here in Canada where we have fires, because there's only so much that man can do. Just like there's only so much men can do and women can do to destroy my career and my life, God can do what is impossible. So I'm trusting in God to help me, and this time to help me to get a very good paid job and working with people who care about me and who are not willing to let me go. Because I know at BMO, at HSBC, at TD, I know how my managers cried and that the decision was taken out of their hands. So I pray the next opportunity, it's going to be an opportunity that pays me well and where they will be able to keep me. And I'm not going back to Teleperformance. If they think I can't talk, I'm not going back. No, it's done. They picked up their equipment. They told me they don't want me. It's done. I failed all your tests. That's fine. Keep your tests, your bias tests, and move forward. I am. I don't know how to talk.